I got a new project. I'm gonna try and build this workbench I designed. This is just a framework. I'm gonna have my table saw sitting on, on this end, so I can run the boards the full length of the table. Over there is gonna be my miter saw that's gonna fold down and also flip up. We'll have when it's down, there'll be just a cover there, so it'll be all smooth. A little spot for my router, and then this piece here, I want to get a one of those Harbor Freight fixture welding tables, and then I put these extra supports. I'm going to put little adjustable standoffs so I can get that that table pretty flat, because I've heard that they do flex for the size of them, the thickness of it. But I designed it, got all my like a cut list. This is just trying to figure out how many pieces I can cut in a 12-foot section. Got 2 pieces there, the rest of the metal there, and I'll definitely clean up the spot. There's so many things in here, but hopefully this will give a lot of the tools a place to live and keep it more organized, and I'll be able to do woodworking and metalworking on the same bench without having to completely, because I had that sitting on top of a few different things. So I'm gonna start cutting out the pieces, and I'll start with the bottom, put that together, and then build up from there and see how it goes. The legs cut, pretty much the legs and the bottom, 5 pieces, outside, backside, front side, center, and then these 2 side supports going sideways. So you got the 4 legs, the 2 supports, the 44-inch ones. Yeah, so 3 of those, and we're gonna weld this together to weld the post, the legs, and then these 5 pieces, and then I'll cut the top section, which is gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe what I'll do is I'll just have 1 full length, and then I'll cut that section out, and then run the vertical pieces. But I gotta check, because I did the math for what cuts got to go on each full length piece. So I'm gonna clear some space, move the tools around, and then line this up and do some welding. Whew. All right, I got the base and the legs welded up. And then I just cut the top square with 45 miters, 2 at 48, 2 at 67. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm just gonna cut that section out, because I accounted for leaving that 67 all in the cut list. So I can do that. Well, this top to here, then I'll put the wheels on. I ended up not having this stick down, because originally I wasn't gonna do wheels, but then I got these wheels that are swivel rated for I think they're almost 3,000 pounds, with a little built-in ratcheting foot pad, so you can set the table, kind of level it out as well, and then lower it to move it around. So I took off 4 inches for that, so then instead of having a plate, I can just bolt it to you know, the cross sections here, this one, and here. I'll put a, you know, a plate to cap it. And then have 3 bolts. You won't really see that 4th one in there. But yeah, I'm gonna tack this up and I didn't get to record all the cutting and welding for this table, but I got most of it done. I installed this cabinet that I had. I'm gonna add a set of drawers here for I'm gonna get some kind of fixture welding table, you know, to put right in there. And then I got that little toolbox I may mount here for all my welding and plasma cutter consumables, so that way it's all close and I don't have to worry about going back there. But I did end up changing the design, removing some of the supports that I didn't think were needed. I'm gonna update that drawing, but I do have now a swing out, or I guess like a fold down miter saw, which is pretty cool. Ordered some new spring loaded latches, so I'm gonna make it so when you when you pull it back, unlock them, they're gonna stay unlocked, swing down, and when I pull them up, I can just like you know, use one hand, lock one side, and then lock the other side. I just got some heavy duty door hinges. I'm a locksmith, my day job. So I got a bunch of hinges, and I got, if you ever need oddball keys, I have a bunch of keys. There's racks on that side and that side. And then I think I have one behind that sheet of metal. There's another rack of keys. But that's besides the point. Yeah, so let's just swing out. It's a little rough one-handed. So now it's flush with this, so I can just slide the board right up. Good. I think I'm gonna make little pieces just to cover it. It's like, I don't know, kind of give it a cleaner look, and then add. I got that piece from cutting out this section. I'm gonna make like a lid pretty much, and then I guess little tabs that'll come out here. So it's supported, and then I can, then I can use the whole surface for running the table saw if I needed, or if I just wanted the whole flat surface, I have that. I might get some like 1-inch tubing instead of running all 2-inch to help support the plywood, and then mount, bolt the plywood to that to help reduce the warping, and then maybe eventually down the road get some better material for the top of the table that's less likely to warp. It's not insulated. It does get cold in the winter time, and humid in the summer, so I'm sure this thing's gonna warp at some point. But if I secure it down enough, all the way around, space it out like a foot or so, and then all the openings have supports here, and then bolt these down to you. There's a support under here going across the whole table. There's no supports on either side, which I'll probably add. I was doing all 2-inch. I have plenty of it to add all those supports, especially since I redesigned. I got a piece that runs, this way across, and then I have one that runs the length of it all the way to that end. And then I was adding 3 supports for this straight section, but I ended up just adding 1 to it. And I made a little overhang for my welder. I gotta redo the welding cart so I can hold both bottles on there. But I'd say it's coming out pretty good. I think I'm gonna give it a little dark, kind of a dark stain, or something just a little bit darker than this. This is just some wax sealer, so I think a little darker, just to give it like a little brown look on it.